Hi, I'm Freddie Jacquin. I've made this video in the series of rapid change phenomena videos that I'm making for people who want to change certain aspects of their life. And this video we're focusing on approach anxiety. Now, the words approach anxiety are normally associated with pickup artist sites. But when I'm talking about approach anxiety, I'm talking about life in general. Whether you're in sales and you have to approach someone to tell them about your product or your service, whether you're in an office and you need to speak to your boss or a supervisor, these things can be scary for people. If it's just in your general life and you want to speak to someone that you know and you're scared of going up to them and just starting a conversation. So approach anxiety is one of the most common fears, if you like, or irrational fears that people have. What I'm going to do in this video is ask you to open your mind, follow some instructions, and if you are suffering from approach anxiety, what I expect is that at the end of this video, that fear, the irrational fear about approaching people, speaking to people, be gone, and it'll improve your life. Now, people ask what hypnosis is. People have different ideas. It's sleep, it's mind control, relaxation. I used to say it was a natural phenomena. What I say now is what I believe is a natural ability that we all have, that if we can tap into it, we can change our lives, change different aspects about our lives, change certain behaviours in our life. And we're going to use a very simple hypnotic induction. If you follow my instructions, you will enter into a light trance state. While you're in that light trance, I'll be speaking to your unconscious mind and asking your unconscious mind to make those changes that will alleviate and eliminate every irrational thought and fear that you have about approaching people, speaking to people for the first time, so that you can improve your life. And if you are a single person, obviously it is important. It is one of the most difficult things as a man, I know, to go and speak to someone for the first time that you don't know. I'm sure it's even more so for a woman. So if it's going to help you in that, in your relationships, in your business, if you're a salesperson, I'm hoping it's going to improve your sales ability. So we're going to speak first about fears and irrational fears and how they develop. You know, as a child in the playground, if you start school, speaking to people for the first time can be an anxious situation. We start to, if you feel that anxiety at any time in your life, then we start to imagine it's going to happen again. We start to do what I call mind reading. Oh, they'll think this, she'll think that, he'll be thinking that of me. And unless you're Darren Brown, and even he can't do it in reality, you can't read minds. So if you hear yourself saying those things, I'd like to speak to that person, but they'll think this, or I'd like to go over to that group and they'll think that. Remember, you're not a mind reader. You do not know what they're thinking. And put that out of your mind. So we start with these irrational imagining people are thinking this or that. That becomes automatic. And after a while, we forget that we only started imagining it. And like with all imagination, if you forget you're imagining something, then it appears to be real. And then we tend to live our life with that belief that we have that limitation. So when we do this hypnosis, when I help you to go into a light trance, I will speak to that part of your mind that's there for protecting you, that makes you aware that everything can go wrong. And I'm going to speak to that part of you, ask it to find lots of new ways of keeping you safe, well and protected, but at the same time allowing you total freedom from the irrational fear, anxiety and dread that you may have had about approaching someone to speak to them for the first time. Providing your creative mind can come up with new choices, I'll ask that part that runs that protective mechanism, take one of those new choices and do it. And when that happens, I promise you, that irrational fear will be gone. You'll find yourself speaking to people freely. You'll have a new understanding about your own worth, your own value. I know it's okay to speak to people. So what I'd like you to do, if you're ready to do this, if you're ready to make those changes in your life, if you're ready to eliminate that irrational fear about approaching people, speaking to people, what I'd like you to do is this. Place your hands together like this, clasp your hands together. At the same time as clasping your hands tightly together, pull your index fingers an inch apart. Now look at the gap between those fingers. I want you to imagine they're magnets. And as you look at the gap, you listen to my voice, you're going to feel that force pulling together. There they go. In a moment they will touch. When they touch, close your eyes. That's right, close your eyes. I want you to think about the people you love most on this planet. Whether it's your mum, your father, your partner, your child, your friend. But think about that person now. And as you feel that love, as you see those faces, every irrational fear, every irrational thought is swept from your mind, replaced by a feeling of confidence. See those faces feel that love right now, and as you feel that love, those hands are sticking tighter and tighter together. They're super glued, bolted together, stuck. You can try and pull them apart, find they stick even tighter now. Imagine now there's nothing you can do about that. And the harder you try and get them unstuck, the tighter they're going to stick. As those hands stick tighter and tighter, you can relax completely in your mind. Feel yourself just dropping down through space and time, as if time doesn't exist. Feel yourself dropping down to the most wonderful state of bliss, where everything becomes possible, everything becomes doable. And as you feel yourself just dropping down, I'm going to count down from 5. And with every number down now, your body's going to relax completely. And that relaxation is going to double with each number as I count down from 5. So get ready. 5. Body relaxing, every muscle, nerve and fibre. Nothing bothers you, nothing affects you, nothing disturbs you. 4. Dropping deeper, deeper down. Imagine it's happening automatically now. You're dropping down toward a place of total bliss. 3. Going deeper, deeper, deeper down. Just for a while. Nobody wants anything, no one expects anything. There is nothing for you to do but to relax. Go deeper, deeper down. 2. Feel yourself entering into that space of total calm. 1. Going even deeper now. Just you, the sound of my voice and a feeling of freedom. 0. And now you're in that space. Just drifting through time and space. A feeling of weightlessness, a feeling of freedom. Every word I say now is going to double that wonderful feeling. And everything I say now becomes your reality. And every suggestion I give you, you're going to act upon and carry out without hesitation. And so as you drift deeper, deeper, deeper down now, I'd like to speak directly to that part of your mind that's there to protect you. That part of your mind that makes you aware of everything that could possibly go wrong. And I'd like to ask that part to go to your creative mind, the part of you that dreams and has ideas and makes plans. And allow that wonderful creative mind to run, flow, work and come up with lots of new choices, lots of new ways of keeping you safe, well and protected, free from any embarrassment, but at the same time allowing you total freedom from the irrational fear and anxiety that you were feeling about approaching someone, speaking to someone for the first time. Allow the natural concerns that everyone should have, but allow you total freedom from the irrational fear and anxiety that you were feeling about approaching someone, speaking to someone that you want to speak to or that you need to speak to. So you can do that freely. Each time it identifies a new choice, a new way, I want it to take you deeper and deeper into that wonderful state. Feel yourself dropping down through space and time. 10, 20, 100 new choices now. Each time your creative mind identifies a new choice, a new way of keeping you safe, well and protected, but at the same time allowing you total freedom from the irrational fear and anxiety you were feeling about approaching someone for the first time that you want to speak to, someone you need to speak to. So you can do that freely. I want it to increase that feeling of relaxation. And so as you drift deeper and deeper now, my voice, my words are going to drift with you to become a part of your experience now. Everything I say now takes you even deeper. Everything I say now becomes your reality. And as you drift even deeper, see yourself out there living your life the way you want to live it now. Fearlessly, speaking to people, enjoying people's company, enjoying conversations, seeing someone that looks interesting, and being able to go and start a conversation, speak to them for the first time, see it clearly in your mind, go and step into that body, feel what it feels like to be able to approach people, speak to them freely. Look back to now and notice all the things you did that led you to that feeling of freedom. And now I'd like that part that runs that protective mechanism to pick one of the new choices, the one that it believes is the most immediate, available and effective, the one that it believes will keep you safe, well and protected, free from any embarrassment, but at the same time allowing you total freedom from the irrational fear and anxiety you were feeling about approaching people, speaking to people. And when it's made that choice, I want it to take you even deeper into that wonderful calm state. Feel yourself dropping down even deeper into that wonderful state now. Imagine there's nothing you can do about it as you drift even deeper. See yourself once again living your life the way you want to live it, fearlessly. Now I'd like to ask that part that runs that protective behaviour, that protective mechanism. Take this new choice and integrate it into your life so you can have that freedom forever. And when it's done that, I'd like it to take you even deeper into the trance. Feel yourself now dropping down. Nothing bothers you, nothing affects you, nothing disturbs you. All that matters is you, the sound of my voice, and that freedom from that irrational fear and anxiety. I'd like to thank that part that runs that protective mechanism for looking out for you for all these years and making those changes now. And from today, no matter how hard you try, you will never experience those irrational fears and anxiety you were feeling about approaching people, speaking to people. And the harder you try and remember what it felt like to be afraid or anxious about speaking to someone for the first time or approaching someone you need to speak to, the further away that fear goes. I know you're going to enjoy being happily unconcerned, unable to remember to be afraid or anxious, because now you're going to enter every situation knowing you're protected. Once again, see the face of the people you love, people that love you. Let them remind you of your real worth, your real value. And as you feel that love now, as you see those faces, every negative, limiting belief that you or anyone else may have placed on you is swept from your mind, replaced by a feeling of fearlessness you may have never experienced before. And feel that feeling flowing through every cell, every fibre of your body as you go even deeper now. Because from today, no matter how hard you try, you will never experience those irrational fears and anxieties about approaching someone, speaking to someone for the first time. In fact, the harder you try and remember what it felt like to be afraid or anxious about speaking to people, the further away it will go. And now you're going to enter those situations knowing you're protected. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. Every suggestion I've given you, you'll act upon and carry out without hesitation is now your reality. On 4, your eyes will open. You'll feel like you've had a ton weight lifted. You'll have a fearlessness you may have never experienced before. You're going to take it to everything you do. And on 5, that feeling of fearlessness, that feeling of confidence, that calm inner confidence is going to stay with you and grow stronger day by day as you set about your life achieving those things you want to achieve. So as I count from 1 to 5, on 4 your eyes will open. You'll feel like you've had the blinkers removed. You'll see things differently. You'll experience things differently. And on 5, that feeling of fearlessness is going to grow stronger day by day as you enjoy your life even more, enjoy the people around you even more, and enjoy that feeling of freedom, being able to speak to anyone, anywhere, and doing it fearlessly. 1, feeling absolutely wonderful now. 2, to achieve that goal of freedom, do it brilliantly. 3, a feeling of freedom from every irrational fear, every negative thought ever held you back. 4, eyes opening, hands coming unstuck, feeling absolutely incredible now. 5, feel that feeling of fearlessness now. And from today, no matter how hard you try, you will never have those irrational fears and anxieties again. The harder you try and remember what it felt like to be afraid or anxious about approaching someone, speaking to someone for the first time, the further away it'll go. I know you're going to enjoy being happily unconcerned, unable to remember to be afraid, because now you're going into those situations fearlessly. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the experience of going into that light trance. From today, you better live your life the way you want to live it. I don't know, it'll be an hour from now, a week from now, when you suddenly realise you're speaking to people without even thinking about it. And those changes took place right here, right now. And all I ask of you is that when you're out there living your life the way you want to live it, if you know anyone or meet anyone that suffers from the anxiety that you used to feel, share this video with them. It is my intention to help as many people as possible with these videos that I'm creating. So if you know anybody that's anxious in any way, suffering from the same problems, share this video and help as many people as you can. So I'm Freddie Jacquin. Thanks once again for taking the time out to use this video. I wish you all the best. I want you to have the best life possible. Stay well, be happy.